Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Nine Sols, where let's just kick open this door and observe the devastation. How cruel? How cruel are they willing to be to us? Do you think? It's probably not the best moment to sit down. It probably is the good moment actually to sit down. Because sitting down is how we use the pipe machine. I forgot. I absolutely want to do that. It is very ridiculous, though, that you should actually sit down in this instance. Okay, does the elevator work? Oh yeah, there's a picture of Chen back there. It's like scanning body types and scanning profile pictures for the head type and stuff. This whole time, what the bot was up to was like right in plain sight. Oh, that's very bad. Oh, cool! I can still use his backpack as a merchant. That's not the thing I was most concerned about running up here. Well, for the most part, we're not seeing any pieces of bodies left. My... Well, welcome back. What happened? Where's Xuan Xuan? Okay. Yeah, you're back. Those people came in and broke Abacus. Igong brought her guards here and wreaked havoc. I'm sorry. There was nothing I could do. This is all my fault, my lord. The alarms were disabled due to an exploit in the firewall. Look, it's fine as long as everyone's safe. I immediately led Lord Kwafu and Xuan Xuan to the secret panic room. Unfortunately, fortunately, Igong didn't stay for long. However, Igong took the soul seal in your vital sanctum. I tried all I could to stop her, but she succeeded in the end. I deserved the most severe punishment. I was also stripped of all my permissions. So now she alone holds the power of all 10 soul seals. Why would she go through all this trouble? She must also be after the council code, and I can be pretty certain we won't like what she has in mind. I just didn't think she'd also be the one behind the mutants. What do you mean? Does she want to destroy New Kunlun? Based on what we know, it's definitely within the realm of possibility. But why would she... I can perform a situational analysis and calculate probable causes. Warning. An analytical system failed. Core processor damage extent 97%. So it's not just your language processing module. Your entire core has... Yes. Shh. Apologies. I will not be of much help anymore. I may be about to shut down permanently. Shut down? What's wrong with Abacus? Can you fix him, Yi? Uncle Chubby, we're not going to let Abacus die, right? Core damage is irreparable. No one will be able to fix it. No. Is this my fault? Absolutely not, Chuan Chuan. My shutdown isn't related to the functions of anyone. The winds of fortune blow every which way. No one escapes calamity, not even if they happen to be the world's most powerful computer. You know, I feared that I would never see you again, my lord. However, that cherished wish has finally been fulfilled. You've always been so sentimental, Abacus. Thanks for everything. I have stored your preferred tools and defaults in a backup database. They can be transferred seamlessly if you acquire a new assistant. Good luck, and may you Processing limit exceeded. Permanent shutdown in 3, 2, 1. Abacus? Abacus! A tag screen character bio updated does puncture the moment a little bit, you know? Well, that is very sad, obviously. The map bot's dead. What's his name? I know it sucks at this moment that I cannot remember his name. But the processing core robot is dead as well. At least he got, you know, to engage with some poetry or whatever before things went wrong again. Hey, I don't suppose you have that bomb ready. This is the end, isn't it? I feel like we just went on a massive wild goose chase. This is not the time to mourn. Was that supposed to fill me with hope? Igong just seized ultimate control of the council. Commanding the guards to annihilate us will be a piece of cake for her now. And don't get me started on the mutants. It won't be long until the entirety of New Kunlun is crawling with them. Do you really think there will be any survivors? Well, as long as there's even a single survivor, there's still hope. It's interesting that this is just a single dialogue line and there's no choice to make here, but they still make us press the button. They make us responsible for saying this. I really can't share that sentiment, brother. What should we do next? To be honest, I more or less agree with what the other Sauls have been saying. Even if you overthrew the 9 Sauls, would it do anything for the future of our people? Are you going to stop the Eternal Cauldron project? And that's not mentioning how New Kunlun is in complete chaos. Do you still remember our original promise? Oh? What promise? That we'd both return home in a blaze of glory. Oh, hold on. Oh. You're planning on going back to Penglai? You know, I checked the energy levels at the Radiant Pagoda. It should be doable. Indeed. We have been storing energy through the roots for centuries. We should theoretically be able to initiate a second space warp. But that's all strictly theoretical. New Kunlun's navigation systems do not have a built-in return procedure. Did you forget who wrote that system in the first place? Oh, you got me there. Well, if there's anyone who could get us back home, it would be you. Trust me, it'll all be fine once we return home. How is it that you always find a way to win me over? Better than croaking this far from home. So, what's the plan? Well, we still have some time before the code is revised. I need to get to the root pinnacle to stop Igong. However, there's something I can only ask your help for. Something I can only ask your help for. It's weird, worded a little oddly. Let me guess, Xuan Xuan? Yes, help me take care of him. Oh, what a hassle. Can't you raise him yourself? Oh, fine. Just stop looking at me with those eyes of yours. Fine, I get it. I'll do it. Thank you. You're giving me goosebumps. You never used to be all kind and caring like this. Just don't lose, okay? Where are you going, Yi? Remember the people who just broke in? Well, I need to put a stop to their evil plans. But there was this super strong old lady swinging a really long sword. Are you sure you'll be fine on your own? I'll be fine. I've been preparing for this day for quite some time. After I deal with this, everything will come to end. You've always liked hearing stories about where the Solarians grew up, right? Well, when I return, I'll take you there so you can see it with your own eyes. Really? You're not lying, right? When have I ever lied to you? I can already imagine your jaw dropping when you see the ocean on Penglai. An ocean? You can teach me how to swim so that I can swim all the way to your hometown. You're going to need a bunch more lungs for that. It takes months to even walk that kind of distance. How do you know if you've never tried it yourself? You have to come back safe and sound, Yi. Well, that's certainly the plan. That was unexpected. Aigong was never the type to act on emotion. She'd do everything right the first time. Why would she spare your life while you were trapped in her soulscape? I don't get it. There's probably no escaping a head-on confrontation now. Trouble's brewing on the horizon. Fortunately, I have an excellent craftsman on my side who will save the day. You and your sweet talk. Just let me know if you still want to adjust your gear. I mean, I'd love to know what's up with that bomb. So what was the deal with the Dust Guardians? The details are still fuzzy, but they may have been part of the Tianhuo mutation experiments. The entire research center in Dust Guardian HQ has been occupied by the mutants. Sacrificial pawns for Aigong's experiments. What a pitiful end. Okay, nope, just nothing. We just got no idea. Well, it's a bit annoying. So 5,000 for the next level of computing unit. And we're just gonna leave the ripped up corpse here, I guess. You'll get lost out there. Don't worry, I get lost all the time. Okay, I was wondering if he was going to be just gone, or maybe he had like gone out to the people of his village. Surprised to see that he has just returned. And so it's definitely the case then that we've been able to access the top floor here for some time, right? I just don't see how, because like there's nothing else. This is totally non-functional now. Yeah, there's nothing here to jump off of. I'm not sure how we're supposed to get the last little bit of height. I guess it doesn't really matter. We're not able to teleport anymore. The world is abbreviated in any case. Right. I mean, whatever's up there is probably not that important. It might be the extra poison. I wonder, will they let me go check on the people of the village? No, wait, we'd be able to go to the dock floor from that elevator, right? So I think that's a no. 'Cause, 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 Oh no, you would come down here and then you would just go all the way to the left. Did y'all survive? Is everybody okay? Is anybody okay? Okay. Well, turns out some of them are okay. We've done all for them that we can, I guess. It's a little weird that they even let you go that far over there if they're not going to let you actually, like, go inside the hold and talk to the leader or anything, but whatever. We know that at least some of them survived. Very dramatic in here. Program unlock primordial roots core loading. System encrypted. Operation failed. Yeah, I mean, I've lost all my permissions, right? Fortunately, somebody left the password on 1111. Council proceedings number 9. Sol Yi, you have the floor. Thank you. I think my fellow Sols will agree that it's time to face the music. We can bicker all we want, but the truth is that the Tianhuo cannot be cured in the short term. Therefore, I would like to propose a bold new plan. Huh. Igong might think you're clever, but since when did we let a rookie give orders around here? Let's not spoil the fun, Gumang. This kid's pretty charming. Let's see what he has to say. If anyone wants to raise any objections, please hold them until the end. The plan is called the Eternal Cauldron Project. Eternal? Interesting. Have you been keeping the elixir of life from me all this time? No, you misunderstand me. It's not bodily immortality, it's spiritual immortality. To put it simply, it's a plan to place all Solarians into virtual reality while their bodies are put into cryosleep. Until we find a cure. Huh. Our scientists in GA have already experimented on this. They were not very successful. Well, this time is different. This time we have Lady Ethereal's Vile Sanctum and Soulscape system. Her tests have proven that we can fix all the shortcomings of older hibernation devices. Combine that with the creation of virtual worlds, and all Solarians will be able to enjoy centuries of blissful dreams. Lady Ethereal, does it really work? Oh, yes. Upon waking up, all test subjects were very satisfied with the dreams they experienced. There were a few who had trouble, but those are minor issues. I'll patch those out. And the only issue is, generating soulscapes for tens of thousands of people requires an unprecedented amount of computing power. We wouldn't be able to meet capacity even if we linked up every single abacus on Penglai. Well, I believe the esteemed Gumang has an answer to that. Why are you asking me for an answer? If this is how half-assed your plan is, count me out, rookie. In your research on Jiangxi soldiers, didn't you posit the possibility of biological calculators? Huh, so that's what you're talking about. Connecting biological brains in series can indeed form an immense biological computer. However, that theoretical model requires the brains of organisms with higher intelligence. And where do we source those? Don't tell me you're going to use Solarian brains. No, of course not. We can't use anything polluted by the Tianhuo. I mean, that would be unethical. Yeah, that's definitely the the objection I had. You all remember the Haoshan sphere, right? That deep space telescope has been running for centuries. It has collected massive amounts of information. Did it actually find a planet with intelligent creatures? Exactly. We've temporarily named it the Pale Blue Planet, based on its appearance. Reports show that primitive humanoid creatures with large and active brains reside on the Pale Blue Planet. Show me the report. I want to see it. You can't just make up such a huge discovery, young man. I have read the report, so we need not doubt its veracity. They're still living beings. Wouldn't that be too cruel? The pity is totally unwarranted. If left alone, primitive species tend to wipe themselves out anyways. Better for us to cultivate them, for our purposes. Are we opening a whole new hunting ground? The J clan is itching to get our muscles moving. You're all thinking too far ahead. The Pale Blue Planet is 500 light years away from us. What? So this meeting was a complete waste of time? The Feng clan didn't spend our money to listen to your fantasies. 500 light years? We don't even know if we'll make it to the next decade. Even if we did manage to gather enough food, how are we going to gather a vessel and the energy to get there? We already have a vessel, and what's more, we're sitting in it, right now. In the final phase of the Eternal Cauldron project, Kunlun Island will be launched into the heavens. The entire island, with everyone on it, will warp to the Pale Blue Planet. You're insane! No, he's totally serious. I've done the calculations. There's enough energy stored in the primordial roots to make that trip. It'll only take a few years to build the necessary rhizomatic energy columns and engines. As long as we have the primordial roots when we reach our destination, energy replenishment shouldn't be a problem. But what? Speak up, fatty. Easy. What Kwafu wants to say is, once we make this trip, we will not be able to return for at least another 500 years. And then Council Proceedings number 94.
Say.
Yi, calm down. Why won't you hear me out? It was you. You're the perpetrator. Where are the others? The other Sauls have their own matters to attend to, and have asked me to speak on their behalf. I see. From the very beginning, I was the only one kept in the dark. Even Kwafu and Lady Ethereal knew. They reached the same conclusion as I had. We must accept our current predicament. Conclusion, my ass. It's you. You and this accursed Tiandao council. You murdered everyone. Murdered my parents. Because of you, now Heng will die too. So I mean, I feel like they've built up to that pretty obviously. The reveal of what the Living Cauldron or what Project Eternal Cauldron is. There's really only one thing it could be at this point. The way they've sort of constructed the thematics and stuff here. So I don't know if that's a good foreshadowing or a bad twist, but I'm not finding myself particularly surprised by any of these revelations here. I do think that the writing is good and consistent here, at least. Fusang is breaking free from its seal. We're about to lose all control of the Primordial Roots network. After arriving near the Pale Blue Planet, the Primordial Roots were coaxed to build a massive web around New Kunlun to partially cover the nearby star, allowing the roots to absorb its light and provide never-ending power for the Eternal Cauldron project. Okay, this is just a normal node. Yeah, I think we can just back up here now that we've touched this and made this our respawn point, which I'm guessing is going to be relevant. You're up early. I thought you would sleep much longer. Well, I realized that this really isn't the time for a nap. Shame. Why return to this pitiful place when you can welcome a whole new world in your dreams? A whole new world. I don't care what it is you're trying to do, but you'd better stop right now.
What so?
Why? You are about to witness the liberation of Fusang. This is our destiny. We will soon devour the fruit that fate has provided for us. We have waited too long for this moment. Oh, you've gone insane. Insane? I found the truth and unlocked immortality. How can you not fathom the significance of this achievement? You're right, I can't. I don't understand why you would make the same mistake over and over again. Transforming Solarians into those mutants can't be the answer. Prophets always have to beat a lonely path. Never mind, you'll thank me in time. You and everyone else. Since the dawn of our race, Solarians were but stupid beasts before the whims of fate, endlessly pursuing our own tails. I don't know what that onomatopoeia is supposed to be. You should celebrate, because we're about to break out of this cycle and enter the realm of the immortal. And you think this is what will free us. I'm not going to let you have your way. He's preemptively parrying. How extremely cruel of you. I hoped that by trapping you in your dreams, I could avoid this confrontation. No mentor can bear to end any of their students' lives. Don't make me do it twice. Okay, let's see if she lives up to the hype. Okay, pretty cool looking moves, I'll give her that. She's got her own talisman moves, which makes sense. You know, it's good to give your enemies who are supposed to be like really closely related to the hero a move that the hero has. It creates that link even more strongly. I'm starting to get getting a good parry here and there. Oh boy, that does not put her down for long. Ow. My brains. Ow. Okay, I ran right into that. There's a lot of, sort of samurai bad guy classics going on here. A lot of teleporting. Her having the talisman move is cool. The dash through followed by the sword strikes in the negative space is very confusing the first time you see it, but you can get over that, and it's pretty neat otherwise. There's a pretty wide variety of moves here. Also, a lot of delaying in her strikes. Ah, you cannot dash through that. Okay, good to know. And obviously this is just phase 1. I mean, she's going to have another phase, right? Oh, crap. Not a good time to run through her. I do think that it's a little frustrating how many attacks in this game don't care what side of the enemy you're on. That was one of the problems I consistently had with what's his face, with the big guitar head. Was that his well, it's a little different, I guess. The problem that guy has is because he's so huge and his arm is so long, his attacks kind of don't care what side of you they're hitting from. Ah, that was really bad. Why would I? Oh, god damn it. Okay. Tai Chi kick when she goes up, or when she goes for the talisman. Unbounded counter when she goes for the aerial slash. But yeah, like, in theory, you know, dashing through the opponent, especially talisman dashing through the opponent, you would think would be something they would want to encourage as a strategy for avoiding damage, both because it looks cool and because it lets you, like, use the mechanics of the game to do neat things. I like going that so early. But they're weirdly reluctant to allow you to escape from moves by getting behind the opponent. By, you know, they've given so many things rear hitboxes. Smoke right in your face. No, ah, damn it. And see, like, that's a good example of a thing. I was behind her, and she swung her sword forward, and it just hit me, because ultimately the game has decided that it wants me to get hit. It doesn't care where I am. Ah. It's gonna dash evade the combo, and then heal up, but I guess my dash wasn't off cooldown for the last strike. So there's certain kinds of counterplay you just have to be careful not to do for fear of destabilizing things. Like, you don't want the game to not be 100% sure which side of an enemy you're on, because that always works out against you. Ah! Once again, almost gave her the talisman against me. Ah. Her attacks do come out real quick, huh? Now, since this is the final boss, I'm presuming it's going to be considerable in terms of size and complexity. It might be spread out over 2 fights, maybe, making this like only kind of the final boss. Ooh, okay, that missed me, but I got hit anyway. Don't love that magic. Nope. Ah, well, that one caught me dead on. I saw what it... After I, like, keyed in on what it was with my brain, finally, I tried to jump out of it, but it was too late. Yeah, it was just like... red light, charge up, and then I react wrong, and then I get comboed to death by all of her charge moves, one after the other. I gotta get better at that, because, like, landing the unbounded counter is certainly good. It's not nearly as high value as it is in lots of other fights. Oh, interesting. That's the first time I've actually managed the, to land the, Tai Chi kick there, and you don't get anything from it. She's not, like, staggered even a little bit by that. That sucks. Come on, regen. No, we're not doing any regens. Okay, we're getting a little regen. Here we go. Trying to just let this... Oh, okay, she turned around. I was trying to see if I could cheat our resources a little bit. Not cheat, but you know, use technique to bend our resources upward. And the answer seems to be no, it's not worth trying. Yep, that's fucking terrible. I mean, I'm already dead. This is going really badly. I wonder if you can unbounded counter the talisman attack if you're quick enough. Like when she moves, I'm finding myself tapping parry reflexively, and so if I just kept holding parry off of that tap and then let it loose, like it might still work. I have no idea. I wonder if she always automatically goes to the other attack if you successfully put the Tai Chi kick on the parry, or on the talisman strike. So she travels forward until she is approximately at your position when she does that dash. But she performs it from different distances. And then the slashes appear behind her as though she had traveled. They appear behind her the maximum distance that she could have traveled, regardless of if she went one step. That is what is catching me off guard there. So that's a crazy way for that to work. I was trying to get the Tai Chi kick. I just wasn't quite fast enough. I mean, no, right? Like, I hit that talisman attack, and then she just fully attacked a place that I wasn't, and I got hit by it. Not even a little bit of that attack hitbox was on me. That feels really, really rough. Like, that attack at least has a little bit of a visual backstrike. Yeah, just no Tai Chi kick for me. That time it worked. The only thing you get out of it is that you didn't get hit with the talisman attack. I keep parrying toward her instead of toward where she came from. That might be one of those attacks where I just always have to parry it jumping. If I can't remember on reflex. wrong one? Oh god. You can see it. You can see it there. I turned to face her. I do wish that she was a little bit more responsive. Like, I don't know. It doesn't. I do think it detracts somewhat from the feeling of the duel that nothing I do affects her at all, even the tiniest little bit. Like, I think they were trying to make it seem like she's cool and powerful because she doesn't get paused by your Tai Chi kick. And your unbounded counter and whatnot, but it doesn't do that. It just makes the fight feel kind of like bad and video gamey. I don't like. Obviously, it is a fight happening in a video game, but you know what I mean when I say video gamey as like a negative. It feels insubstantial. I am very aware of the pixels on a screenness of it, and like. Try to give me a little something to work with here, huh? For the record, I did turn toward her and hit parry. It just didn't do anything. Oh, dead. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one for sure, especially considering that this for sure is just phase 1. I have gotten too close to a kill already for that health bar to be the only health bar. Alright, I was kind of behind you, but fine. Yeah. This is going terribly. You get the tiniest little flinch from hitting your talisman, which is nice. Ah, yeah, I shouldn't have grabbed the plant. It seems like you can't grab the plant within like a second of doing any combat animation, and you can't animate right after grabbing the plant either. This is tough though. You can see after I dash through her, I am trying to immediately turn back around and ow, and parry the strike that I know is going to hit me in the back of the head, even though we're clearly not in its hitbox. But it just doesn't. It oftentimes just doesn't work. It doesn't block it. Again, a hop might be helpful. Just that I'm in the air when I parry. But I don't love getting thrown around. She's already hard enough to hit with the backstep teleport and everything. Yeah, she 100% just fucking tore me apart on that one. I go for my talisman. She steps back to the pixel, exactly enough to not get grabbed, and then does hers on me while I'm regaining my feet. It's rough. It's rough stuff. fine until I decided to... Yeah, shooting her with the arrows is just not even worth it. It does no damage. I mean, it's obviously better to hit the unbounded counter on the jumping red attack, but you have to be on the ground when she starts doing it, and you have to be not like in the middle of anything else, because you do not get enough time. It is a very, very fast unbounded counter maneuver. And it starts with the exact same animation as her talisman attack most of the time. It depends on which, because there's two versions of it. When she's grounded, it starts with the same animation. It makes it very difficult to prep. Not good. Okay. Ah, smoke into her face. Yeah, she steps quick. She has a lot of different attacks that have effectively not really different startups, in that they're like, there's the startup animations are different on some of them, but they're so fast that they may as well not be different. Yep, that sword strike definitely does not hit me when, like, the idea is that it's supposed to be hitting me as she brings it back around, right at the end of the strike, but like, it's very clearly not. If you look at the timing of when it connects, it's hitting me while she's swinging her sword through the front of the animation, which is not. I'm not over there. Shouldn't be happening. Trying desperately to get my Tai Chi kicks, but I don't know why. Just getting out of the way is just as good. Yeah, I guess that's like one thing that's true about this fight is that there's no reason to use a lot of some of the techniques. Like if a Tai Chi kick is not going to give you at least enough of a time, at least enough stun time to get back to the ground so you can hit her once afterward, then how is it better than just like dodging? The skull kick thing, the thing where I tap downward on her head, does do a little bit of damage, so I guess it would be good to do that. I did do that the one time. Okay. What am I supposed to do about that? I bounced off of her and she just teleports up to me with the giant red tack already loaded. I certainly can't unbounded counter while I'm up there. Alright, we're gonna give this a couple more swings here. And then obviously this one is going to take more than the episode for me to figure out. a thing that's really rough about what's going on here with the attacks is they want to do this like really precise Dark Souls or whatever inspired parry combat, but they also want to use like the old school rules of sprite based video games. And I wish that if they want to do precision and parries and whatever, I wish that they were more careful with where the actual hit and hurt boxes are. Because like when she's doing that attack where her forward hand is in the low position and she's stabbing at your feet, there's no part of the blade or attack that is above her waist. If I am jumping, like I got hit there on the last hit when I was fully above everything that could be considered an attack, just because when she goes into attack mode, her sprite becomes hot. Like, you know, it's a 2D video game. All the enemies are coated in a deadly neurotoxin. But like, I absolutely should be able to swipe a talisman attack across the top half of her body if she drops her guard to go for a low strike. So the Tai Chi kick does a very small amount of internal damage, which she regenerates pretty quickly. You really gotta lock that internal damage into real damage pretty fast. I want to see if the skull kick does more, but I need her to play along and try to do the thing at the right moment. Okay. Yeah, it's nice that the talisman attack at least does cause like a momentary stumble. Obviously you can I'm fully sliding at this point. I am not focused. All right, let me try to tighten it up here. We'll get one or two more like real attempts in. I'm in doing a podcast mode, not in playing Dark Souls mode. Get some smoke. Ah, damn it. I did not. I managed to land at exactly the worst possible moment. Like, that's ridiculous. That I should not be getting credit for a parry all the way up there when she's doing that attack. Damn it. Okay, one thing that I do need to maybe try to work into my attack a little bit more is I did the down strike on her there, the skull kick. And it does work when they're not in Tai Chi kick mode, and it does still do damage, and it does bounce you pretty good. And it might carry me out of range of her attacks. Oops, well. Okay, another thing I will say is that the game seems much more receptive to accepting my skull kick than it does to accepting my Tai Chi kick when I'm low while she's making contact. I gotta not panic and jump again and put myself way out of range. So it's very hard for me to look at her and be performing the moves while also watching her life bar. I couldn't tell, but I saw a little bit on that last one. It looks like maybe the skull kick when she's not in Tai Chi kick weakness mode, maybe it doesn't actually do any damage, or it does a very, very small amount. Well, I did the right thing there. I need to not get caught by that. Getting caught by her talisman is so... I don't know why exactly, but it is so, like, focus shattering. I take the talisman charge once, and it's just like my brain goes completely out of fight mode. All right, here we go. Last attempt. Last real good attempt. There we go. Got a couple of good hits in. Went the wrong way with my talisman charge, unfortunately. Why did I do that? Why would I do that? Through her accidentally. What am I doing? I'm just parrying on the ground as she comes charging at me with that. Ugh. Phooey. Yeah. All right. It is the end of a long day, and I did record the last episode right into this one, so I have been sitting here at the Nine Sols machine for a long time, and I think I maybe need to give this a little bit of a break. I am not making good progress. I do not feel focused. So, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, I'm hoping that I'm not going to spend another full hour on this fight. I gotta tune in. We can do this. We can absolutely get through, at the very least, the first phase of this. Once I'm in game mode. So come back next time for, gee, I hope that. And we'll see you then.